Alex Eala versus Elena-Gabriela Ruse, the number 17 seed taking on a player who has already survived her opening match in Cincinnati. Eala received a first-round bye, while Ruse earned this round of 64 meeting by dominating Magda Linette 6-0, 6-3. On paper, this looks like a favorable matchup for Eala, but there is one major reason we cannot call it easy. These two have played before, and Ruse won that match. Ruse's win over Linette was extremely convincing, especially on return. She created 8 break points, converted 6 of them, and won 30 return points in a match that lasted only 15 games. However, there was also a weakness that immediately stands out. Ruse landed just 45% of her first serves, going 23 of 51, and hit 5 double faults. Linette did not punish that second serve enough to make it a problem, but Eala should be much more aggressive. That 45% number is not completely isolated either. Ruse also landed exactly 45% of her first serves in her previous WTA 1000 match against Anastasia Potapova in Toronto. If that serving level appears again, Eala will have opportunities from the very first game. At the same time, Eala has her own questions to answer. Her recent form is excellent. She won the Washington WTA 500 title by defeating Qinwen Zheng, Leylah Fernandez, Elena Svitolina, Naomi Osaka, and then Jessica Pegula in the final. Against Pegula, Eala came back to win 4-6, 6-4, 6-0. That third set showed just how high her level can be when she is physically and mentally locked in. Then came Toronto, where Eala won 2 matches against Alicia Parks and Katie McNally before losing to Belinda Bencic 4-6, 0-6 in the round of 16. Eala had played 8 matches across the Washington and Toronto swing over 14 days, including 5 three-setters. Against Bencic, she lost 10 of the final 11 games. That does not change the quality of her recent run, but it does tell us that fatigue is the biggest variable heading into Cincinnati. Fortunately for Eala, Cincinnati gave her something she badly needed, which is time. She received a first-round bye, and after playing Bencic on August 10th, she has had 4 full days without a competitive match before facing Ruse on August 15th. That gives her a real chance to reset physically. Going back to 2024, Ruse already knows what it feels like to beat Eala. They met in the 3rd round of US Open qualifying, and Ruse won 3-6, 6-1, 6-4. Eala actually won the opening set, but Ruse completely turned the match around. The most important statistic was Eala's second serve, as she won only 40% of those points, while Ruse created 11 break points and converted 7. Ruse stepped forward, attacked the second serve, and prevented Eala from establishing her preferred baseline patterns. That gives Ruse a clear blueprint for this match, but the question is whether it still works against the 2026 version of Alex Eala. We cannot treat that 2024 match as a simple predictor. 2 years ago, Eala was still trying to break through. Now she is a WTA 500 champion, a seeded player at a WTA 1000, and someone who has beaten multiple elite opponents on hard courts. Her game has become much more proactive, particularly with her serve, return, and first strike forehand. That brings us to the central battles of this match. The first is Ruse's first serve against Eala's return. Ruse cannot expect to serve at 45% against Eala and comfortably control the match. Eala has been one of the most dangerous returners during this North American hard-court swing, and if she gets repeated looks at Ruse's second serve, she will attack from inside the baseline and immediately put Ruse under pressure. The more second serves Ruse has to hit, the more likely Eala is to start the rally on her own terms. The second key battle is Eala's own second serve. This is where Ruse can bring her 2024 blueprint back into play. Ruse is a strong returner and a rhythm-based counterpuncher. She does not need to hit through Eala immediately. She can step forward on the second serve, absorb the pace, and turn the point into a longer exchange. If Eala's serve becomes vulnerable, Ruse can make this match much more physical than Eala wants. That leads directly into the third battle, which is rally length. Eala has the weapons to play first strike tennis. She can use her serve, take the return early, and look for her left-handed forehand. Ruse wants the opposite. She wants extended rallies, more time to redirect pace, and more opportunities to test Eala's physical recovery. If the points stay short, Eala has the advantage. If Ruse consistently pushes rallies beyond 7 shots, the match becomes much more competitive. The forehand matchup is another major advantage for Eala. Her heavy left-handed forehand naturally creates a cross-court pattern into Ruse's backhand. If Eala gets enough depth and spin on that shot, she can keep Ruse behind the baseline and wait for the shorter ball. The objective is not to hit a winner immediately, but to make Ruse defend until Eala gets the opportunity to change direction. For Ruse, the game plan is straightforward. First, she must improve her first serve percentage because 45% is simply too low against this version of Eala. Second, she needs to make Eala move and test her physical recovery early. Third, she needs to attack the second serve just as she did in their 2024 meeting. For Eala, the plan is equally clear. Punish the second serve, dictate with the left-handed forehand and keep the points short. She does not need to turn this into another three-set physical battle. The ideal match for Eala is one where she takes early control, relies on her serve +1 combination, and forces Ruse to defend. Looking at the numbers, 3 stand out above the rest. First is 45%, which is Ruse's first serve percentage in each of her last 2 WTA 1000 matches. Second is 40%, representing Eala's second serve points won in their 2024 meeting. Third is 6-0, the third set score against Jessica Pegula in the Washington final, showing how high Eala's level can be when she is physically fresh and in control. My prediction is an Alex Eala victory, 6-3, 6-4. The biggest reason is Ruse's current serving vulnerability. A 45% first serve rate gives Eala too many opportunities to attack, and Eala has had 4 full days to recover from her heavy workload in Washington and Toronto. That does not guarantee she will be at 100%, but it significantly reduces the main concerns surrounding her coming into Cincinnati. Ruse certainly has a path to the upset. If Eala's legs are still heavy, her first serve could lose some of its explosiveness, allowing Ruse to attack the second serve and extend the rallies. She just proved against Lynette that her return game can be extremely disruptive. However, if Eala is physically ready, she has all the tools to pass this test. The 2024 match showed what Ruse can do, but the last 2 years explain why we should not expect the exact same result. This is not the same Alex Eala who lost that qualifying match 2 years ago. That player was trying to break through, whereas this player has already arrived. My pick is Alex Eala to beat Elena-Gabriela Ruse and advance into the round of 32.